The less pieces a puzzle has, you would think the easier it would be to solve. Less pieces, less places to put them, overall easier, right? This is the Meffert's Bandage Cube, and it's about as unintuitive as you can get. But what is a bandage modification, I hear you ask? If I take this piece here and glue it to this piece here, I have now bandaged these two pieces together, and as a result, I've now constricted movement, which means it's harder for me to execute algorithms as I'm solving the puzzle. Now when you think of a bandage mod, you probably think of this puzzle or one similar to it. A bunch of cubies, some of them are joined together, what's the big deal? Well, it goes a little further than that. Bandage modifications have this sort of mystique about them that suggests blandness and unoriginality. But think about it this way. Every cuboid modification you have ever seen is, at its core, a bandage modification. Every even-layered puzzle you have ever played with is a bandage mod. But enough poetic reality, whichever way you look at it, one of the first bandage puzzles ever to be mass-produced was the Meffert's Bandage Cube. Now, this is just a representation of the Meffert's Bandage Cube layout. It's not an actual Meffert's Bandage Cube. Those, of course, stopped being produced long ago. Now, as far as the turning of this puzzle goes, if you actually can make a turn, it turns rather nicely. I took the extra time to make sure that all of the pieces were aligned perfectly before I glued anything together. That way I knew I wasn't going to have any mismatches or any high or low spots that I had to sand down or fill in order to make this puzzle turn smoothly. Now you might notice that the color scheme is a little strange. It's not your standard 3x3 color scheme. It is the same colors, I just put them on in a bit of a different layout. It's actually very similar to the original Meffert's Bandage Cube color scheme, although I wasn't actually trying to replicate that. A bit of a missed opportunity. It ended up looking very similar, but not identical. But I did put that interesting chaos color scheme on the corner there, because what's the point of being an artist if you can't take some artistic liberties once in a while? I'm just really happy with how it looks, and I do actually want to try some more complex color schemes for regular cube modifications, just because I think that the standard color scheme is a little played out now. You know, we can do more, we can do better, so we might as well try. Now, I'm ignoring it, but we're gonna talk about the solve, a solve of which I have not and cannot do. Now, I'll give you an idea of just how hard this puzzle is. Firstly, I don't even know where to start when I see it scrambled. Secondly, I sent one of these puzzles to Red KB
I don't like this puzzle.
5-6 years ago. That puzzle was so hard for him that he actually made a series called Nemesis Puzzles to showcase some of his hardest puzzles, of which that puzzle was first. So yeah, it's kinda hard. Look, basically, there's just no way to start an algorithm. It's a completely different solving method. It's not impossible, it's just something that I don't know how to do yet. That being said, if that's your thing, then I highly encourage you to go for it, and I'll leave a link in the description to RedKB's video where you can watch him try and solve the one that I built. Now, the Bandage Cube, I will admit, is a fairly lackluster modification, but it is really cool to see that you can, with very minimal effort, build what is one of the hardest puzzles to solve, and one that I definitely can't solve, which is why I'm not scrambling it. So I have a lot of puzzles that I'm working on right now, and unfortunately I can't do anything with them because the drive belt for my belt sander snapped, and so I have to wait for a new part to arrive. And I'd like to thank all of my Patreon supporters for giving me a little bit of cash every month so that I can bring these videos out to you and also afford parts like that which literally keep the wheels turning on this channel. It's really cool to see lots of different projects happening now. We got this Megamix build over here which looks like it's gonna take forever. The inverted house cube, anti-prism, I think, extra long hexagonal prism, the pseudo 10x10 which apparently I invented. It's built on a 5x5, so I'm going to utilize this for some cuboid modification. But all of that stuff is to come. I hope you guys like this puzzle. If you want to see a build video on how to make this, I'm not going to do a build video, but I will do a video explaining the process of bandaging any puzzle because it's all pretty much the same mod. Might as well do one video to cover the entire topic. But anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.